All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here for game number 2 of Georgia Tech versus Pittsburgh. Pitt Dota. Now, that was an incredible game 1, Golgi. I could not ask for a better way to start out the playoffs.
I think that was the best comeback I've seen this season. There's like nothing else that comes even close to my memory this season of a great comeback. And Georgia Tech really showing it to us that, you know, Dota is never over until it's over, right? With the team that was like arguably a lot weaker in the late game as well, they made it work. Of course, you know, those pushing heroes, they might not be very strong in the late game, but if you give them a chance, they will take a mile, right?
Absolutely. And Pittsburgh, they showed us that they've got the tools in their toolbox. I absolutely
individually
can't
amazing players.
Yeah, absolutely. Gee, I wanna, you know, we can't talk enough about the puck and the Rubik in the last game. That was G and who's on the?
It was Wisp. Looks like they either changed their name.
Oh, Fortnite Gamer. Yeah, Fortnite Gamer.
Right, because oh right, are we going to get like their names, lobby names once we're in the game? But yeah, Fortnite Gamer is yeah Wisp. I think that was Wisp. So
correct. Yeah, I saw him post.
As Wisp, I touch everything, and yeah. Do you know who Jadong is, by the way? We had the DragonNet player Mo Jadong.
10 seconds remaining.
That is probably. I don't know who that one was. I know Fleet Fox is Fleet Fox. She has the same name here as she does in game.
But as in, do you know who the real Jadong is?
Oh, I do not know.
It's a StarCraft player. One of the most legendary
that sounds familiar.
Players. Yeah.
Yes.
Lee Jadong.
Dire team pick.
A Bane picked up. I still am not sold on the Bane, Golgies. Can you sell me on the Bane?
Got my internet. Am I back?
You're fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you sell me on the Bane?
Yeah. On the Bane. Okay. Well, he is, I mean, one of the premier supports nowadays. His roaming capability is pretty good. His Nightmare being buffed so he can do damage while for Nightmare makes him a very scary support to lane against, because even a little bit of mispositioning could mean that you can get killed there. And Bane, of course, having a very high nuke that comes in the pure damage of Brain Sap, and of course the late game BKB Piercing Fiend's Grip always going to be relevant.
And so he was pretty bad for a while. It's really just his lane presence is what brought him back to premier status.
Yeah, I feel like people just kind of I mean, we talk about this a lot, right? Like we felt like he was a good support even before his buffs at 7.0, right? And then people got excited about his like Mask of Madness builds and the steal damage type of thing.
I think at the time he was not a good support, right? He went relatively unpicked.
Yeah, he went relatively unpicked, but I think we were thinking that it was a pretty kind of like, maybe it was like, you know, it was bad, but like, and he got picked without any real buffs to Bane, because his talent really didn't change for support things. So I think he was just underestimated. Once people realize, my god, Bane has like 5 starting armor, his auto attacks are pretty good, and his CC is amazing. They start picking Bane more, and he just comes to the limelight now.
And then, and I think a meta shift helped him as well. Previously, when he was going in pick, the meta was really, that was during that super stale period, right? Where it was, you take all the tier 2s, you take Roche, you try and crack a tier 3, you take Shrines, and he just wasn't fitting into that, right? Because every game, average game was like 30 to 40 minutes, right? And he couldn't contribute a lot at that point.
Yeah, I guess back then you wanted your
lot
supports to do different things. Yeah, you want supports to do different things, I guess. You want supports to have higher initiation ranges, or being able to push towers and stuff like that, or being able to roam better. And Bane's move speed isn't the best, so maybe that's why he wasn't picked, because roaming was a very important aspect of supports in the previous patch. But of course, roaming not as important anymore. And we see a lot of like double position 5s being picked nowadays.
Yep. All right, more Bens coming out. The Tiny gets picked up from Pittsburgh. That's the rescale on his tree grab definitely put him in his place a bit, right?
Yep. No, I think he's a pretty balanced hero now. Maybe a little strong, but I don't think he needs any more adjustment. I think he's in a pretty fine place. A lot of people might disagree with me. And if he does get any adjustment, I think it is going to be a slight nerf because he is still picked quite often at pro levels right now. I think he's
10
the
seconds
most relevant
remaining.
thing about him is like he's just got everything right. He has burst
5
damage,
seconds
he
remaining.
can take towers, and
Tanky.
he's tanky. Yep, and he's like that unique aspect of him being able to fact that he can shrug off CC super fast with that grow, means that he's hard to lock down as well. And he can CC. Like what more do you want from him, right?
Radiant team pick.
And he can go into any lanes as well. So yeah, the hero is so versatile.
This OD got picked pretty early, but it looks like they're not too scared since Georgia banned the Viper themselves, which can do okay. Death Prophet's banned in the mid. Is there anything left that'll do
10
okay against this
seconds
OD?
remaining.
Queen of Pain is pretty good
Yeah.
against OD. I mean, OD is a
5
weak
seconds
laner
remaining.
overall, right? It's all about him just kind of surviving through the laning phase. Not necessarily that he is like a terrible laner, but he usually doesn't win his lanes per se. Like he either like farms in his lane or he loses it.
Or he,
So
or
you
he,
think-
he requires a lot of support from his supports.
yeah.
And Queen of Pain, yeah, great point with the Queen of Pain. This is one of those things that I don't think Pittsburgh will make this mistake, but it's really easy to abuse an OD. The dagger from Queen is very reactable, but that's
Yeah.
a complete bait. If you can get an OD to use his Astral on himself to dodge a dagger,
And then
you're
Bane
gonna have
walks
a really
in.
good lane.
Radiant team pick.
It's like Bane's like, hey, what's up, buddy? What you doing in there? And then Fiends grips you. Yeah. Yeah, that's how it can get sad. But yeah, even if he can dodge all the daggers with the Astral Imprisonment, that means he's not using it for farming. That means he needs to level Astral Imprisonment up as well because
10
nowadays
seconds
people don't max Astral Imprisonment anymore. They max the Q and W first.
5
So
seconds remaining.
yeah, it's gonna put him in a weird place. Winter Wyvern gets picked. This hero, I swear to God, Ice Spark just has no idea how to balance. Either this hero is like insanely overpowered, or, you
Or
never see it
unpicked, unpickable.
I have not seen her picked in the last few months, but like remember even like 3 months ago when she came back real strong and she was like first pick material.
It was like a couple. It was like a month ago or so. It feels
Yeah.
like it's longer than it actually was, but yeah.
It's pretty recent, and then she got nerfed again. They nerfed her early lane because she got picked because her early game was so good with her
Arctic
like
Burn, right?
Arctic
Mainly.
Burn and stuff like that. But they nerfed that away again, and then now she is pretty mediocre because they nerfed Arctic
So-
Burn.
Georgia Tech, no quad picked
Do you
up.
remember when like freaking the ultimate was like black hole that's ranged and you can't cancel,
Yes,
and then make your enemies attack
10
each other?
seconds remaining.
yes, and then they changed it.
I really think
5
that
seconds
is one of the
remaining.
most Ice Frog abilities to ever exist in the game.
How so? What do you mean by that? Because if it's what I think you mean, I might have another one.
As in, it was one of the most overpowered abilities ever in the history of Dota.
Overpowered,
When
okay.
Winter was first introduced, when Winter's Curse was like a range black hole that you couldn't cancel that made enemies attack each other.
And you could do damage through it. Like
Yeah, and you can do damage.
into
That's
it,
why
right?
it's a range black hole, right?
Yeah.
That's instant cast point. Ugh. Pierces BKB. Ugh. Like it was like what didn't it
What
have?
is this even?
Yeah.
I will nominate an Ice Frog ability was the old Necro Scythe with Ags, where it's just like, well, you can't buy, you just don't get to play this game for 2.5 minutes.
Good old, yeah. No, that was pretty annoying, but I don't think it's as bad as Winter
No,
Wyvern.
no, definitely not that bad. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was definitely game breaking. Like at late game, like you just won, right? Like like, buyback exists, so like one mistake doesn't cost you the game at late game. That's why buyback is there.
No, this isn't an ability, but I think the closest I could come is Centaur War Runner. When he first came out, he was unkillable. He had a
I heard about
70%
it.
win rate.
I heard about it, and I heard like his like
Radiant team ban.
double edge scaled off of strength or something like that as well. I can't remember, but he did a lot more damage. Or
Yeah.
something.
No, his double edged mini stunned or stunned.
Oh right, it did. That was it. So and didn't
It was a
also
mini stun because he
Stampede
could
stun as
he
well?
could cancel. Oh yeah, and Stampede would stun when
Oh,
he charged
God.
through people.
god, that's
Radiant
crazy.
team pick.
It was gross.
Oh yeah, no, you might be right. Centaur Warrunner might be more. Release Centaur Warrunner might be more disgusting than Winter Wyvern. But the difference is, Winter Wyvern was in Captain's mode in that state.
That's true. So George, so let's get back to the draft here. It's gonna be
10 seconds.
it's gonna be a Storm Spirit band from Pittsburgh. Still liking the quap here?
5 seconds remaining.
Co-op gives another target for Lifesteal to jump into because Sand King is going to be the primary carrier here. Sometimes you don't even need a carrier, but Queen of Pain is going to be another one of that as well.
Do you think they might get Puck just to make sure Guy doesn't get it? Because that was gross.
Ooh, that's a good point. What are they looking for right now? They could be looking for a offlane, right? If they're trying to go safe lane, they could go for the offlane Puck. But how good is the Puck? I don't think Puck is very good here actually. Because you got the Omni Knight Life Stealer. They can go magic immune and break
Oh
the
yeah, absolutely. That would be
until
terrible
you get
here.
the eggs and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be okay. Even if they pick up the amazing G Puck. Queen is looking okay, but you're only a Night Stalker, tiny, and Winter Wyvern, and that might not be the best. But yeah,
Big-
Queen of Pain,
big
I
burst
think it's looking like the
potential.
best. Yeah, like she doesn't do very good against silences and stuff like that. But if she plays safe, she might be okay. She's going to need to pick up a defensive item. You don't usually want to see a Yules on Queen, and I don't think we'll be seeing it.
10 seconds
Maybe a
remaining.
Lincoln's for that Night Stalker, but need some way to be able to prevent. Also, you might be able to
5
prevent
seconds remaining.
Winter Wyvern's Winter's Curse as well. And I think one of the reasons why they pick Winter Wyvern is because she's really good against Life Stealer. Because you got the BKB piercing ulti, and of course, Life Stealer is invested in someone. He invests out, and then you immediately Winter's Curse whoever he
Goldie.
invested out of.
Pittsburgh
Kills them.
Enigma. That's what I want to see here before it comes out. No, it's Troll.
Choose your hero.
I like the Enigma just because, like you're kind of undoing Omni Knight if you can really get that big black hole with all the pure damage and the pierce spell immunity. It's not gonna matter
And there
for his
were-
Guardian Angel.
And there's a very few way to cancel Black Hole as well. Of course, there's a Bane Fiend's Grip.
Bane is
but-
a big thing to
yeah.
be worried about.
But like that's not that terrible. Like honestly, only having one ability to worry about because honestly, okay, even without BKB piercing, right? There's Bane and the Sand King. There's only two heroes that can cancel your your Black Hole even without BKB. So yeah, actually it would have been I think a decent candidate. But of course, there's always that risk of playing the Enigma, and that's why Enigma is so exciting,
Oh,
right?
but
It's because
gee.
it's such a surprise every time.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a G tiny.
Not surprised to see that, yeah.
That's he played really well on that Puck. This feels like this is gonna be an entirely his wheelhouse hero.
Yeah, I mean, he will be some like cool burst coming out from him. He was such great at initiating and using that blink on Puck, and Tiny to a big extent is all about being able to utilize your blink properly as well. So yeah, we're expecting some great stuff coming out from G this game.
Prepare
So
for
don't let us
battle.
down, G. No pressure though. No pressure. Hey, we were dealing with some weirdo stuff last game, and we didn't get to give an intro. You want to introduce these players with me, Goldie?
Yeah, let's do it.
I will introduce the Georgia Tech, who is remaining on the Radiant side. It is going to be Yake on that Life Stealer. Meanwhile, Scar is on the Queen of Pain. We got Something Genuine playing the Omni Knight. Mushrum on the Bane, and finally Leaden Toke on our Sand King.
And over on Pittsburgh, we have Mode J Dong playing the Trollwaller, trying to channel the StarCraft legend. Got G on that Tiny, who won't be tiny for too long. Pucks, not equal satisfied playing OD after that last game. I'm sure they.
We lost Golgi. But not that would be is not satisfied. You back, Golgi? Okay. Punks, yeah. Exclamation point equals means is not. So Punks is not satisfied. Meanwhile, we will have Fleet Fox, the young lady herself, on the Night Stalker, and finally Pit as Wisp. I can touch everything. I hate this name. That was. I'm gonna go with Fortnite player, Fortnite gamer, as it was, on the Winter Wyvern. All right, so looking at this game here.
Oh my God! Did
Oh, you're back for a second, Golgi. You got me? No, you don't. So, hopefully Golgi is gonna go stabilize
Oh.
his internet. There we go. We got
God.
him.
My God, I gave like a good intro and everything. I am so sad.
Well, it wasn't that good.
Wow. Yeah, obviously not. I
No,
wasn't even
I'm
here.
just kidding. It is good. We just didn't get
I
to
mean,
hear
I
it.
mean, if it goes like last game and I disconnect in the early game and then don't miss out the late game, I'm going to be very happy. So hopefully my internet is going to be okay now.
Golgi, do you know any coding?
I used to be actually a computer science major for a couple semesters before I switched.
Very nice.
So very cursory.
So you
knowledge.
should know that exclamation point equals means is not.
Is not. That's what I said. Yeah, when I was
okay. When you were
him as well.
Well, we didn't hear it, so.
Ah, I'm so
No
sad.
partial
Yeah, I mean,
credit.
yeah, I'm sure you were talking about how G was not happy on that puck. Oh, it is punks. Never mind. I said pucks doesn't equal satisfied. Oh, I let my mind get the better of me. But did you hear about why they're disconnecting?
Someone kicked the power strip. I think I
Yeah,
thought that was a
someone kicked the
joke,
power
but is that serious?
I think they're serious. I mean, that's why like they disconnected at the exact same time, the Tiny and the Wyvern.
Cable management, boys and girls, it's serious business.
Man, I miss LANs, man. I love LANs so much. Those were like the best times.
Those were the days. It's really
Those
kind
were
of a
the days.
dead thing, right? At least here in
Yeah,
the
I mean-
United States or North America, maybe.
It's because on our internet is getting too good right now. I mean, it's still alive over in Asia, where like LAN cafes are like the place to go to play video games. But
And even
yeah,
then, that's not like an internet issue. That's a cultural and a hardware
Yeah.
kind of thing, right?
Yeah, it's cultural thing for sure. Just to hang out with other people, be in a place where they will bring you like ramen as you play video games and stuff like that. That's what you go for. Oh, and also you get like bonuses.
And you can cheat in PUBG without getting your account banned. That's not, I probably shouldn't say that. Yeah, I might be getting into a little hot water here. But what are these guys talking about now, Golgi? Oh, Lead and Toke hasn't eaten yet. I haven't eaten it yet either, and I'm getting a little hypoglycemic. Gonna pass out here at my desk, so when the camera stops moving, don't worry, guys. I'm just taking a nap and eating a sandwich. Apparently, this is the world's most complicated power strip because these guys still aren't back yet.
God, I disconnected again. I mean, this is a good time to be disconnecting constantly.
Not for me. God, it's hard to fill this dead space with just a pause screen.
Man, I was talking about stuff. Okay, I don't think you were hearing about me talking about Asian LAN cafes.
Well, I know you said that they'll bring you ramen, but that was about the end of it.
Okay, so another good thing is they also have bonuses. They have deals with the game companies. So if you play from their computers, you get in-game bonuses. Like for example, like in League of Legends, you'll have your heroes unlocked if you play at LAN cafes for free, right? Because in League of Legends, you have to buy your heroes, right?
Really?
If you play if you play like MMOs and stuff like that, you get like bonus XP for playing in LAN cafes.
I have to say that's some brilliant marketing.
It is. It is. That's how LAN cafes stay relevant in this day and age. Is that they have bonuses for coming up and showing up, and you'll get like in Overwatch you'll get like more loot boxes every time you level up. You get like double loot boxes for playing in LAN cafes and stuff like that. So that's how they get you. That's why they're so attractive. Not only for the service they provide you, but because of the in-game stuff you get.
And you can cheat at LAN cafes without getting your personal account banned. Like you've seen, like there was a big invasion in North American servers of Overwatch cheaters. Do you remember that?
No, were there like Chinese cheaters playing on LAN cafe accounts?
100%. And then PUBG had the same thing.
Oh.
And I don't know about other games. If you guys, there was a thread in the Dota Reddit.
I mean, but the thing is, in Overwatch, it doesn't matter too much because your MMR is tied to your actual account, so they can cheat as much as they want. They will never climb very high, right? Because if you log into your actual account and start current MMR by cheating, you'll still get banned on your actual account.
Yeah. There's a big it's a big issue in PUBG right now as well.
Yeah, I don't surprise because PUBG is not about ranks or something. It's just about winning your single games.
Exactly, yeah. And so for that game, and even Overwatch, like even when there is ranks and rankings and things like that,
Right.
for the cheaters, a lot of time it's not a rank thing. It's a winning thing,
Right.
a pride
It's about
thing.
power.
Yeah, a power thing. Exactly. That's a
Ugh.
great way to put it. And that's
Disgusting.
kind of a cultural thing as well, right?
Disgusting. Yeah, I mean, hope not. I mean, thankfully Koreans haven't shamed themselves with cheating and stuff like that too much. So I could be at least a little bit more proud of my people. We don't need to cheat to beat all of you. We'll just dominate everything, except Dota. Except Dota, we suck at Dota, but whatever. Apparently, we don't like Valve games because we don't do CS:GO either. We just like Blizzard, I guess.
Is Korea dominating any other esports, or are they still like just like, hey, remember StarCraft Brood War, guys?
They won, I think, 5 years in a row in League of Legends World Championships. Like literally no one
Damn.
else but Koreans win in League of Legends, and Overwatch as well. No one else wins Overwatch except Koreans.
All right, Korea's back.
Yeah, Korea was never gone, bro. It's just that as like Valve gamers.
Ooh,
Like, we don't see
Goldie
it very
Rossington
much.
says that Koreans are known for match fixing in StarCraft.
Match fixing, yeah. Match fixing, yes. I unfortunately, that is pretty unfortunate. Yeah.
So there
No,
is a bit of
I got no
aggravation.
counter to that. That's very true. We do match fix, and I won't be surprised if we still do match fixing in like Overwatch and League of Legends either.
Gotta get your $322.
Yeah, but we do not cheat when it comes to our skill. Our skill's legit. It kind of really saddens me that we didn't get a lot of Koreans playing Dota. It really does.
There's been endless discussion about that. It was mainly due to
MVP.
Oh, was it? I've always heard that it was more due to computer spec requirements were a lot lower for League of Legends, as well as it was there first when like it was kind of League of Legends and Han was paid and League of Legends was free, so they captured a lot of market share there. And then it just
Yeah,
kind
and
of
also Valve
established
did not
itself and continued.
advertise aggressively in Korea while League of Legends did. Right? That's the thing, right? I told you about the LAN cafe culture of Korea, right? What can Dota offer you for playing in their game in the LAN cafe that League of Legends can?
Or Valve wouldn't play ball with
You know
that
what I mean?
stu- with
Like
that,
League of Legends has XP. They have in-game currency they can give you. Dota doesn't have that, so it was a lot more appealing as well.
Yeah, when Dota came out, they had in-game drops, so like accelerated drop rates maybe could have happened, or there was account levels at a time, so maybe that. But if I know Valve, I don't think Valve would play that game, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they weren't able to. Valve did not advertise Dota at all in Korea, so that's like they lost heart into League of Legends. And yeah, as you said, account levels and stuff like that League of Legends have, you know, that in-game currency that League of Legends has. Like,
Oh,
what kind of bonuses
gee.
can you offer to like Dota players for playing in LAN? G in the bot lane, meanwhile, actually getting
Yeah,
one
taking a
down right
ton of damage. Mushroom, oh, he got level 1 brain sap. It's so close, but Gee is gonna make it out of there.
I think if Mushroom leveled Brain Sap as soon as he ran into G, and then casted it, he would have had to cool down to cast the second time to kill him.
Well, he did cast 2. I
Did
thought.
he cast? No, he casted one. Look at his mana. He only cast.
Oh, you're right. What?
Yeah, if he
That
leveled
was
it earlier.
so long.
it was two.
Or even if he just leveled the Nightmare, right? He could have got a lot of damage out. It's still a 22-second cooldown, so maybe not.
It's a 4-second nightmare, and then he auto attacks for 4 seconds, maybe. But during that time, Lycilla is doing damage, but Lycilla can get in front of him to do the body block. Yeah, at that point, maybe Nightmare was probably a better damage choice. You're probably right.
It's either way, like a harder decision quicker probably would have been pretty rewarded there.
Yeah, one or the other. You're correct. Hopefully, no more disconnect from me. Man, it feels so limiting not to have a second Mark.
Oh man,
Like,
I
living in
gamed
second life.
on one monitor for the longest time, and I finally bought myself a second monitor. I don't know how I ever lived like this.
Yeah, I mean, especially if they're going to be like streaming or casting and stuff like that, having a
Oh my
second
god,
monitor.
Punks is taking so much damage in the mid. He was just
Yeah.
at full HP.
Yeah,
One
that's what Shadow
dagger.
Strike does, man. Shadow Strike is so good ability.
One dagger and I'm almost die.
Can you imagine if they can
Oh, bro strike forward on the top onto two Fleet Fox and a Winter Wyvern as well. Something genuine. Gonna drop himself a heal on top of them, do a bit of extra damage. Leaden Toke, however, that's gonna have to secure the retreat, and he'll use his body blocking to do so. It looked like a pretty good start, but they just don't have kill potential here in this 2v3.
I mean, this is a tri lane. They're going against a tri lane, but I think it gets some more levels over on this off lane, and I think they should be able to definitely kill here with Omni Knights. I think that's a lot of burst damage. And right now they find Wisp. A couple more low attacks will do it.
He's able to make it back to the tower, and Mojang Dong just gonna harass a little bit. G taking a lot of damage. Mushroom is gonna have a brain sap here in a second. Not level 3 though. He would love for that to be level 3. G pops his salve over in the shop, and he's gonna be just fine.
If Mushroom could have found him to cancel that salve and start the phase, would have been beautiful, but G is gonna get the full value. Oh man, they're just barely passing each other.
Finally, Mushroom does find it. This brain sap, I like the brain sap as well, because G can't really do that much damage. Mushroom is out right clicking him.
Yeah, minus 30, even with the tree in his arms.
Even with 3 hands.
Even with tree hands. But it's gonna be tossed into the jungle camp. That's gonna be
Yeah.
some nice extra free damage for
Extra
G.
damage. That was very well played from G. That was great presence of mind to just do that.
Yeah, in the early game, those jungle creeps hurt, especially if you're a support. Even with that 5 base armor that Bane has. Punk's still getting daggered in the mid. He is leveling Astral Imprisonment first, but as you did mention that if he does use Astral Imprisonment that way, he can't CS. He can't take creeps while he's under there, and then of course he might set up for kills as well. So he's being very conservative with Astral Imprisonment. Looks like he is at full mana, so he hasn't even used it once.
Do you think it's a tough choice, right? Like extra levels in Astral isn't going to get you that much, but extra levels in anything else, Essence or Arcane, aren't going to get you much else either, right?
Yeah. Top lane, there's a slow over to Leaden Toke.
Taken down there in the top for the first blood. It's going to be
Yeah.
Pittsburgh once again claiming the first blood.
Looks good. Scar going down into mid.
Under the tower, he's gonna pop the fairy fire. Does the damage to Punks under the tower, but it's not enough. What? It seemed like OD didn't get hit by that scream at all.
I think he was. I mean, he was close enough. He definitely must have been hit.
Oh,
but,
the
yeah, Punk's killed him.
raindrops.
Oh, you're right. It was a
Why
raindrop.
raindrops,
Oh,
kids?
clutch raindrop cooldown. Man, that cooldown must have came up just as he was getting hit.
Yeah, Scar
Completely
wouldn't have
based
gone
around.
in if he had just barely, or
Yeah,
if that was
he's-
off cooldown.
Yeah, Scar calculated, I think, for the fairy fire, but did not calculate for the raindrop coming off cooldown just then. And Punks did not even cast a single spell to get that kill. That really hurts in a lane that he's supposed to win.
All right, in the bottom, they're fighting up. Mushroom taking a lot of damage, but Wisp is here with G. Gonna be able to force them back. No kills claimed there for Pittsburgh. In the top, are they chasing down on something genuine? They are. They're gonna be able to void him up, but he's got the magic immunity there to get him on out, and he's good to go. Oh boy.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
boy.
hard to kill.
Ah, back in the bottom, Lead Token Jake will find G.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot more of those kills coming from Jake and Leaden Toke together. Going to be a lot better once they get the Blink Dagger onto the onto the Sand King rather, so you can get some vehicles going up. I'm really interested in how this mid lane is going to shape up now. Especially after that blunder from Scar.
Fleet Fox is here in the bot, pretty deep. Mushroom isn't gonna be super worried about this. Jake is gonna come in. He doesn't have an open wounds. He can't do too much damage. Mushroom is actually gonna get the avalanche toss combo now, making his way away. He does get the minus damage onto G. Leadentoke is coming in and gets the burrow strike through onto G. G now the open wounds as well. G trying to make his way away. Mushroom is back with the brain sap to clear that kill up. They thought they had more than they had, but they didn't.
Man, that was also so sweet because Mushroom got so much life back from that brain sap because he brain sapped an open wounds target as well, so he got like 50% extra life steal from that.
Or
Yeah.
double healing.
Yeah, double life steal. Oh man, it's so annoying that Enfeeble. A lot of times Bane's decided to skip it. Of course he does skip it, which means he doesn't have Nightmare. So it's kind of like it's very debatable if it's worth skipping or not. Depends on the lane really. And he decided to go for the Enfeeble here, and it has been working quite well against that Tiny. And he didn't really seem to need the Nightmare in this lane.
Yeah, he got rescaled with his ability to tree grab, right? So that he does less damage normally, and he kind of depends on having that tree.
Yeah.
And so you can kind of counter that with
Bot
your
lane, G again.
is found again. Leadentoke coming in for the Bro Strike, certainly level 1. He has to stop to do the toss, and that's going to let the Bro Strike come through, and Jake's going to clean up that kill. He's very happy to get these kills here.
Yeah. Oof. We were expecting a lot of G this game, but of course, the last game, G was going against 2 people as a puck in the very, very advantageous lane. But now going against this aggressive tri lane, struggling a lot farther with a hero that is a lot less mobile as well. Maybe there is some little bit of a tilt here.
Scar? Fine, Fleet Fox silences him up in the mid lane, but Punks, I don't think has the damage to kill him here. Scar's in fact just going to turn around, clean up the wave, and even throw a little bit of damage Punk's way.
Yeah, that was a perfect.
Oh, Mushroom is protecting this this regen rune as well. Scar's going to pick it up, and away they go. Very well played there from Mushroom.
Yeah. Beautiful supporting. When it comes to last hit, looks like the safe laners are doing pretty neck and neck right now, 51 to 49. But mid lane, of course, quite a bit of discrepancy there. Queen Pain still dominating that lane. Of course, she did give up 1 kill over to OD. But CS means a lot more than kills when you have that much more. Right now, Queen Pain 2.9k net worth compared to Punk's 2k net worth, 800 gold ahead of his partner. And G forced to jungle. Completely forced in there. But actually still doing better than the Omni Knight. Omni Knight who hasn't died at all. But Omni Knight is level 4. Meanwhile G is managed to be at level 5 right now.
Alright, they're positioning up at the bottom. They're going on to Mojang Dong. Scar jumps in, gets a little bit of damage. Mushroom is coming through as well. They get the brain sap now. Mojang Dong quite low. He's going to use the Nightmare. Burrow Strike through, and they've got another Scream of Pain. 4 top here, but keeping a Troll Warlord down is a very, very worthy endeavor.
Yeah, of course, meanwhile that's happening. That is going to give Punks quite a bit of space in that mid lane that he was struggling in. He's going to be able to get some good farm here.
Jake tries to attack G. It takes him a little bit to close the gap, and then as soon as he does, G just throws him back.
By the way, in the top, the Radiant, Georgia just cleared up a 4-stack in that big camp
Dire's bottom tower is under
away from the enemy team. And of course, remember, those stacks give support to whoever stacked them money. So stealing them away is even worth more. Is worth even more now.
And then Georgia Tech gonna smoke up. They're looking like they want to turn around and go get Moj Dong again.
Oh my god, the bullies.
He has no idea. There they go. Scar jumps in. They got a dagger onto him. Burrow strike forward. It's gonna be a little bit short. But Mushroom is here. Mushroom. He's got the brain sap now. The nightmare. Yeah, don't need it. No need. Scar's got that Sonic Wave.
Probably Sonic Wave was not needed there. And yeah, those 2 kills worth a lot. But someone should show up mid right now because mid is taking a lot of damage. Yeah, Queen of Pain finally showing back up to mid.
Look at G in the bottom. He's forced out 1v1. He's not having a good. He's not gonna have a good time against Lifestealer.
Yeah, that's how it goes if you're a melee strength.
Indeed, indeed. So Queen of Pain is back here in the mid. They've already got themselves a couple ganks on Yedong. They're in the top. And no one's pressuring the towers yet. It looks like everyone's content to just farm while they have the opportunity. Moj Dong is going to be relegated over to a jungle stack that he made himself, I think. Now that his 4th stack, or that 4th stack is means that he wasn't necessarily going to take it. He's still quite a ways away from his Battle Fury, so we won't have that coming out anytime soon. He still does have a number of stacks here, so yeah, his supports have been doing a great job of stacking for him. And he should be putting that to good use as quickly as possible, going for a Battle Fury. Oh man, a kill there on G in the bottom. Jake and Mushroom even bringing Leaden Token for the fun. Not surprising, they have been really bullying G here for a little bit. So G not having a very good time at all. Worth about 300 gold there for Georgia Tech. Something genuine, even chased him down Witcher River in the top, getting a little bit of damage on him with the purification. Wisp gonna do as much as he can. Turn around on something genuine. He needs his bash here. They're gonna get it just as the TP almost comes through. Something genuine is gonna go down Moj Dong, getting that much needed bash at the very last hit.
Yeah, I was going to be crying for him if he like hit the bash. He even popped the ultimate for that as well. And I almost thought he wasn't going to get it.
It certainly looked like, yeah, he was going to get away. Oh, Fiend's Grip's going to be used there in the mid. Outward Devour taking a lot of damage. They use the Sonic Wave, but they need a little bit more shots. He's going to be able to Astral himself. Sand King coming in. He's going to get completely caught out. He is silenced up right now. He goes a little bit too deep, but they still get the kill on him, and that lets them get the Burrow Strike onto the Night Stalker. Night Stalker's going to have to use his fly, get over, and they want to come around and wrap on him. Fleet Fox, she's going into the river, and she should be able to get out of here just fine.
Meanwhile, top, J-Dong is going to be able to take away a tower there, so trading the mid laner for a top tower. This OD is struggling quite heavily here, 3.4k net worth compared to the Queen's 5k.
Mushroom going in as deep as he can. Oh, he thought there was a ward here. He just goes to sentry it. Not going to find anything. No idea that it's right here, actually.
Yeah, just underneath. Not going to use a second sentry. Does not feel it out. Oh, he just bought the smoke. Hopefully he does not pop under that. Yeah, he was
Invisibility.
Now, it's kind of getting a little calm once again, except for Jake.
Yeah, bot lane.
Beating
Yeah.
up G in the bot lane. He's going fast to try and buy himself a little more time, but now the rest of the team is coming in. They get the Burrow Strike forward on the G. They claim another kill onto him. Lifestealer silence up right now, making his way away. Will eat some axes, but he's got the raid. Now, Leaden Token is going to have to try and save him here, but he doesn't have the mana for a Burrow Strike. Fleet Fox is chasing down onto Jake. Leaden Token will go down easily here in just a moment. Jake gets the open wounds onto Fleet Fox, and that's what they need to get to secure his retreat.
Still G going down again. It's a worth it trade to give up your Sand King for that.
G, how many deaths does he have right now?
5, I will guess. Yeah, it's
5. Yeah, that is not the G we saw last game.
No, of course playing a way different here in a way different lane, but yeah, he's fucking so much. But he is a hero that can jungle and catch up, so should not count him out yet. But yeah, struggling right now. 3.4k net worth along with his
Dire's middle
Zodi.
tower is under attack.
This is the opposite of what we saw last game. Georgia, who looked like they were struggling in the laning phase,
Dire's middle tower
at least they get the mid lane than I.
But Moj Dong, does have his Battle Fury up, and he's had more stacks this game than I've had in my pubs since December.
Yeah, their team has been on point with these stacks. I don't know who's been stacking them, but the support probably getting quite a bit of money. Yeah, it looks like it is Westpoo that stacked MIC money flying out his head as Joey Dong is clearing
Radiant's
these
middle
camps.
tower is under attack.
Jake now working on that bottom tower. He does have something genuine to back him up. This is a siege wave. Looks like they are going to defend it though.
Radiant structure.
Oh, they actually were able to fortify, keep that siege alive, although I don't think they needed to. Holding Jake in place for a little bit longer as well. Meanwhile, the top was taken? Just taken? No, it's been down for a while.
Yeah, mid was just mistaken.
And now it takes over one of the melee creeps. The fight is really fragmented. Mooshroom is going to get caught there from Pittsburgh, and they're ready to go around onto Lifestealer with a full team trying to chase down that creep that he got. Fox, they get the avalanche. Now he's outside of it. Oh, very nice. He uses the infest before it died. And they're going to have the Guardian Angel here for something genuine, turning it around. Now taking down one, the Night Stalker. G in the backline needing to get away. Jake with an extra bit of help there from his Omni Knight will keep him alive. Jake gonna make it away, and there's the Sonic Wave coming into two. Wisp has to get out of here. He's gonna have to use the ice himself. Use the tomb on himself.
Cold Embrace, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, man, that was so... Lifestealer got with barely any help, and he just... Guess what he did while he was infesting that creep? He walked into the secret shop and finished his Radiance while he was in that creep.
Oh boy.
And his Radiance was burning those heroes down while he was in that creep, and he popped out and was able to turn it around with a beautiful Guardian Angel. You usually don't see a good Guardian Angel until later in the game. And a lot of times I see Omni Knights, forgo leveling it until, level 10, which he is now. And being able to use that Guardian Angel so effectively was incredibly beautiful.
Yeah, even his repel was on point. You gotta remember, the thing with Omni Knight is that that Ice Frog is basically making him a melee caster these days.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you want to purify and repel? Well, you don't get any cast range.
Which makes sense as a melee hero that's kind of like a knightly, and it forces Omni Knight to be close in the combat, which makes sense because usually the counter to defensive supports like Dazzle and Oracle is you jump on them and they die because they're super squishy. Omni Knight kind of is a saving hero at the same time, but he's super tanky, so you gotta give him some kind of disadvantage, right? And having the range disadvantage does make sense to me.
Yeah, and not only is he survivable, but he has great turnaround potential for when you try and go on.
Oh yeah, Purification is one of the craziest turnarounds. The most. Yeah, like he heals your team and pure damages the other team. It's incredible.
And I will say, yeah, obviously being a paladin, paladins, what do they have? Lay on hands, Golgi. He's got to be able to lay his hands on people.
He's got to touch you.
He's got to touch it. Alright, Leadentoke keeping in here on the bottom while Punks puts a little bit of damage to the interior tower, but not able to do too much with it. Pittsburgh.
Blink is finished on Thanking, by the way. That's a pretty huge item.
Radiant are scanning.
Which does turn on the carry potential from the Lifestealer.
Alright, both teams, this has been a significantly less action-packed game than the last one.
Yeah, they've been fighting together as a team and less as individuals. I think that might be one of the reasons we might be seeing less fights.
And they don't have the big team fights of last game, the Exorcism, the Dragon Knights, the Dragon Forms, the Spirit and the Serpent Wards, all that. Like, I can sit here and list everything, but it's really going to be on G to get maybe a blink, or it looks like he's going Shadow Blade. At that point, they can maybe go for more pickoffs and stuff like that, but they don't have much outside of that, right?
They really lack initiation on this team this time. Mushroom gets found on the top.
Yeah, but Wisp, he's
Yeah.
going to turn around, Cold Embrace onto himself. They've got the Nightmare on the Night Stalker. And they're going to, immediately cancel up on that Fiend's Grip. Bane now caught in a little bit of a bad position. Avalanche going to come through, toss onto Jake. Jake now taking so much damage, dropping the hammer. Sanity's Eclipse going to clean up Jake. And now Scar even getting seen here? No. Scar's with Omni, they have no idea they're up there. They shouldn't chase them.
Getting cocky, man. These teams, they win the early game, but they get cocky. When Bane was initiated on by the Wyvern and Wyvern embraced himself, they could have definitely ran away, but they decided to stay and fight when they knew their teammates were anywhere near in the enemy jungle, and everyone the enemy showed up. And of course, that classic combo, Troll Warlords, Battle Trance, plus OD. There's very few heroes that can survive that kind of damage.
Oh, Punk's gonna jump forward. He gets an Astral out. They're picking up with Lead and Toki. Burrow strikes through, but G finds him, throws him straight back to his team and says, nah, you're not going anywhere today, pal.
Yeah, this, if you guys missed the first game, this is exactly why we've been talking about G all game. His positioning is on point every single time. You know, G could have just stayed down there, got ready to destroy the Sand King as soon as he popped up, but he was one step ahead, closing off any escape path that he had available to him.
That has to be so frustrating. G, his tosses have been on point this game as well. It seems like every single one of them is like a bullseye, exactly what he's been going for.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, actually in the last game, he kind of got the similar treatment.
Oh, Scar!
When
Scar making it out of here. Fleet Fox almost finds him in the bot. They knew he was there.
His flight just ran out in time to be able to not see the queen in the trees. But yeah, in the last game, G actually had a similar thing that happened to him, where he warped backwards into a smoked enemy team. Completely decimated from that. Queen of Pain has about 400 gold left to go for this Orkill Malevolence. Be good against Are they just gonna let this tower go?
Yeah.
They're letting this tower go, and the Queen of Pain. Can they kill her?
Oh, they get the toss. They do find her. I mean, they've got the Aegis right now up on Ojedong. Do you think they're confident in fighting into that?
I mean, I don't know about just letting go of your tier 2. And losing the Queen of Pain is kind of unacceptable.
Yeah,
Mushroom getting caught as well. What is doing
outside?
outside?
Avalanche on the Mushroom. They get the Winter's Curse onto Jake. Jake now turning around. They've got the Fiend Grip on the Troll Warlord. A Burrow strike through, and the Guardian Angel into the Purification, taking so much damage. They pop the Aegis. Are they going to be able to turn it around? They're channeling up the epicenter right now. So much damage. Ojedong is just going to get deleted from the game a second time. Oh, Golgi, hold me.
Yeah, that was a little bit of panic misplay there by the OD. OD ran right up to his Troll Warlord who was getting Fiend's Grip to save him, I'm assuming, with the Astral Imprisonment, but instead of imprisoning the Troll Warlord, he tried to imprison the Bane, who was repelled up by the Omni Knight. So OD overextended himself, got himself right underneath his own Troll Warlord, which led to a perfect double man Burrow strike from Lead and Toki into a Purification, deleting both heroes.
And this is going to get Georgia Tech the Coffin here on the bottom and maybe return with a tier 2 of their own.
Yeah, most definitely. OD did build a catch-up Midas, which means he's even going to be useless for even longer now.
I would say Georgia Tech doesn't have the greatest tower push though, do they?
No, definitely not. They just got good old auto attacks. Of course, Queen of Pain, Life Stealer, very good auto attackers on their own. So it's not terrible, but yeah, definitely not good either.
If once they get to looking at the high ground, they need Jake to have a Deso up, right?
They would love to, yeah, but he is going for the Sanjin Yasha right now, which is the common build you see after Radiance, because you need stats. You can't just build damage and expect to survive in these team fights. So probably going to be a Desolator after this Sanjin Yasha, so he can get some armor and health up.
Yeah, and they're not looking to push the high ground right now, just barely claiming their tier 2, so they've got the time for this. Jake is gonna find G. G has a Shadow Blade up. Jake chasing him out. They don't have any kind of protection for this, so she's gonna go in on Jake. Yeah, he tries to do the avalanche, but instead he's gonna get turned around on. Will just immediately keep you away from Jake, knowing that Jake can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know about that. He used a shrine there to heal up, but that's a wasted shrine and wasted TP for like what? You didn't do any damage to Lifestealer. Just not worth it there.
He used the shrine or the what did he use?
Yeah, GTP'd into the bottom shrine and used it. That's why he's on cooldown right now at the bottom. And he still isn't
no bueno.
Yeah, he uses that cooldown and doesn't go to full health while Jake doesn't use anything. The lane tower getting pressured. Yeah, and Jake with like infinite
magic immunity.
Rage
and repel. Gonna rage up. There it goes. Once again, Burrow strikes through onto 2. Now here comes the Sonic Wave as well. They're gonna have to turn around with the Winter's Curse, but G won't be able to make it out of there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Someone was yelling at us for our pronunciation of G. G. I like G. It sounds better.
How are we supposed to say it?
Apparently like the letter G.
G?
Yeah.
Rather than G?
Like G?
It's so similar. Yeah, G.
Whatever. It's you know, we're English speakers. English language, you can pretty much just throw it out. Rules don't apply. We all know this.
I'll take your tribute.
I mean, I'm an immigrant myself, so I should actually be better. Mushroom has an invis drone on Bane.
Yeah, he's just hunting out OD right now. Just waiting to see if his team wants to come out.
Just zapping XP for now, but he can't get this kill on his own. If he has any one person with him, he might be able to.
Yeah, it looks like they're not interested. Oh, Mushroom, please get back. He's gonna drop the Observer and TP. That could have gone so bad. OD has Astral, you know. Although, he did run out of mana.
They ping him out. Yeah, and they ping out the ward. I think they know the ward is there. Most likely see this gets cleared up. Ooh, that's a BKB on Troll Warlord. Of course, Fiend's Grip can do quite a bit against that BKB. We'll see if we can get it on though. Wow, Jake is farming up so well right now. Before we only saw him with the Radiance and Boots, but in that
found by the rat from Pittsburgh. But if you're gonna lose one, I choose Mushroom.
Yeah, for sure. And that was a smoke gank, yeah?
Yes, it was.
Nowadays, tanking the smoke gank as a position 5 is so worth it now because you don't give them almost any money anymore with how the calculation has been changed.
Alright, they're going on the high ground already. Epicenter's getting channeled up. Now they're coming in. Burrow Strike through onto Punks. Punk's taking so much damage from the Burrow Strike. Leadtoe, he's got that Lifestealer inside of him right now. They use the Guardian Angel. Leadtoe, here they go. Jake jumps out and he's trying to go onto Fleet Fox right now. Fleet Fox gets Glimmer Caped up and Jake is just chasing aggressively. Should hopefully have, oh, there we go. No, Winter's Curse comes out. Queen of Pain taking a little bit of damage. Then he turn around on Mojang Dong. They use the Sonic Wave. Mojang Dong still taking a lot of damage. Finally, there we go. Fiend's Grip. They're going to be able to clean up that Troll Warlord. Can they get another kill on the retreat? I don't think so. It is night. Fleet Fox is a fast boy, but Scar's going to find him. No, Shadow Strike not there in time. Up and over the hills he goes. Oh, loses a little bit of time. Scar going for him as well, and he will burn down to the Radiance.
Meanwhile, on the bot, they find G. Oh no!
G will get a kill onto Leadentoke, but he should go down here in just a moment. Oh no, he's gonna get the Shadow Blade. They drop the ward immediately, and he will not be able to get a kill onto Mushroom. A little faster.
Without fighting.
Could have got Mushroom, but
a lot more than I expected. At least he got one kill there, but yeah, G gets caught after using the Shadow Blade trying to TP out in the trees. Yeah, another disastrous fight for Pittsburgh, but they're managing to stay actually ahead in their work a lot of times thanks to their farming abilities. I think we're going to be basically seeing this network even out here completely. What's Jake going to be working on next? He did go for the Solar Crest, which is not what I expected out of a Life Stealer, but if you're looking for some early game tankiness and damage, that's the way to go.
Yeah, it really helps him. Like, what's the one thing that Lifestealer's afraid of? Getting stun locked from a troll, right?
Yeah. And he's going for AC next. Wow. So he's going for a very tanky ability. He realizes he needs to be frontlining here. So rather than going for Desolator, we're going for the AC, which does a decent number on the towers as well. Of course, not as effective as Desolator, but it should be more than enough.
Oh, G is gonna find Scar.
I think he ends up down to kill him.
Yeah, he's just tickling him.
Yeah, there's a scary amount of damage they can pull off.
But yeah, so Lifestealer's going for that AC next. Any other big items that came out recently or that we're
so
waiting
Scar
for right
just finished with the Yules. So he's going for a very early game build. He went for the first item veil into Orchid and then into a Yules here. Did not expect the Yules from Queen of Pain, but I can see why, because his team does lack a lot of CC and he needs a way to be able to purge off that silence. And I was thinking he was going to build Lincolns instead, but of course he was a lot cheaper and
Jake giving it a boopity.
great force staff. I don't know who that was. I'm assuming that was Mushroom? No, that was Leadentoke. He's only on the force staff. Giving it to the carry.
But yeah, continue. Items, what's coming out, what came out?
Yeah, we're talking about the Yules and the Queen. I was expecting a Lincoln's to fight against that silence because there isn't a lot of target abilities, but she decided to go for the Yules, which does let them have more CCs because their team does lack CCs in general. They're taking the mid here, but looks like Pittsburgh attempt to base race here. They're going into the bot lane right now.
Yeah, Moj Dong is going to use that battle trance. Both teams board up and back out.
But tier 3 does get taken. Pittsburgh loses their mid tier 3.
Great job, range creep. Oh, he's gonna die. Sorry, range creep. We'll build a plaque in your honor.
Georgia.
Oh, and they could find Moj Dong. Shadow Strike, the Yules. Was that his own Yules?
That was his own Yules, yes.
He stopped him taking the Shadow Strike.
Yes, he canceled his own Shadow Strike, but he wanted to the stop G. Yeah, now he doesn't have the Yules to Yules up G. So yeah, kind of a weird Yules is there. Oh, but meanwhile, the Roshan being taken. Pittsburgh not very happy with losing their tower trade. They're going to at least take the Roshan in exchange. Of course, Troll can melt through this, but Georgia.
How would Georgia expect this? Coming down now, he's going to go onto Winter Wyvern. Winter Wyvern is going to pull the brace up. He's going to bite on the little take the Roshan out. Trying to come around. He's already used his rage, so he needs to be careful. They've got the repel there for him now. Turning around, Moj Dong taking so much damage, and they're positioned up to completely obliterate him as soon as he gets back. Here comes the Fiend's Grip. Oh no, Moj Dong gets completely destroyed.
That's some hate right there. That was such an unnecessary Fiend's Grip, but you know, whatever it takes to take down the position 1 there, completely worth it. I mean, the Troll Wars go down for 63 seconds. I mean, that's the one you're looking to Fiend's Grip anyways. So now they can push and take this high ground with no problem.
And I don't
Even
know
if
they
Buyback
know.
comes out from Tiny, they should be able to take these.
Yeah, and I don't know if they know if Troll has buyback, but even if they don't, like they'd be happy to get buybacks here too.
Yep.
Pittsburgh just giving it up. Oh, pause.
What's the pause for?
Pause. For a PP.
PP? Really? KK.
I'm gonna tell you a true story, Golgi.
Tell me a true story.
I was in a meeting at work, and
Okay.
it's a high-level
Seems true.
meeting. My general manager's there, our executive assistant, our CFO, everyone but the owner, basically. And they were talking about some program that there is. Oh, you guys don't get to hear the story. Sorry, maybe next time.
Wait for the end of the game.
Yep.
To be continued.
Dyer's
Melee and range racks going down. There they go. Already turning it around onto the tier 3 tower in the bot. Jake, no Desolator, but it doesn't matter. He's doing enough right-click damage to show this tower who's the boss here. Another repel means that they're just going to keep him. Jake is going to go in pretty deep. They're going to burrow strike through onto OT. They get a dust out onto him. They buy themselves the space that they need. They're going to stick around for the melee racks. They're either going to lose a lot here or win the game. Jake is trying to go on the OG Astral up, and now Avalanche onto Jake. Jake gets another repel and is even able to invest into the creeps. Now turning around on G. G trying to get back to the barracks. Georgia Tech not going to keep it coming. There they go. Mojang Dong has got his BKB and is going to use his battle trance. Turns around, cleans up onto Bane, and now Jake is just TPing on out. Looks like something genuine. Should be able to make it out of here with a repel TP. No, not when there's a bash coming to ruin your day. Leadentoke, the final one retreating. Is he going to be okay? It looks like he might, but Fleet Fox, she won't be able to find him.
So that is 2 kills and a gem taken there. Of course, they did lose their tier 3 on the bottom, of course, the racks in the middle, but they did not buy back any of the heroes. So they thought that was worth it, so it's very debatable. I don't know what to say. I think it's probably pretty even. They probably would have stayed at tier 3 if they bought the Troll Warlord, but of course that would have cost Troll Warlord a lot of money. So I think it was a good choice for him to save that buyback. At least they were able to save it. But that live silver is so unstoppable right now. With all those battle community coming out, the OD can't do any damage.
Alright, so while we got a lull, I can continue my story. They were talking about some program where we can get reimbursed for expenditures related to safety. And our executive assistant was like, it's on this one website, I think it's form PP4. And I just blurted out, what's a PP4?
That's actually pretty good.
And luckily it killed. Everyone was laughing pretty good in the loop. So I was not fired that day, despite my best efforts.
I'm sure you told everyone about the story.
Oh, so many times. I was so proud of it.
The entirety of CSL knows. But that's pretty funny though. It's perfect because it's a PP4, right? It's literally PP4.
You couldn't set me up any better. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, they could use a better setup. He's going to be able to blink out of there. Mushroom not getting caught. Even repel on him right now. Fox will be able to slow him up, chase him down. Leadentoke goes in aggressively. Is looking for the Fluoro Strike. Will be a little bit short to get Fleet Fox.
Jake is crawling along. Oh god, that timing.
He is going to be able to use that. He's going to get Glimmer Caped once again. Wiz doing a great job with these, but Wiz Baby paying with his own life. He's got the Arctic Burn up to the high ground now. They're going to throw. Oh, they have no. What are they doing? They think he's here.
Definitely they realize how long the flight lasts for Winter Wyvern. It's not a Night Stalker flight. He can fly very, very long distance. But man, this Lifestealer is so menacing. Look at him, just chasing everyone down 1v4. Doesn't even care that his team is near.
Barely taking any damage too, and now with repel on him, it's gonna be even better. Burrow Strike through onto 2. Here comes the epicenter. No, it gets canceled, but they've got a Guardian Angel to keep Leadentoke alive along with a repel. Now they've got the Fiend's Grip coming onto Troll Warlord. Troll Warlord wasting most of his BKB into another double Burrow Strike. Leadentoke doing God's work here, but will get bashed down from Mojang Dong. Now Jake is in the back line, fighting away as much as he can. Mojang Dong is going to try and do the damage to him, but Jake is already doing so much. They're going to have to use a cold embrace on him to keep him alive. Jake now, because he takes quite a lot of damage, she is going to find him, and boom, they blow him up. They don't get really anything out of that engagement except giving a couple kills over to Pittsburgh. I guess a lot of buybacks is something, is it not, Golgi? Hey, Golgi Gam. Yeah, they get 3 buybacks out of that, so it's not for nothing. Pittsburgh, Georgia Tech still doing quite a lot of economic damage there. When this net worth graph updates, it should be barely in their favor. Oh man. This is
Hey, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back. Yeah, this is just back and forth. You did catch what just happened there on the high ground, right?
I did for sure. That was a good defense by Pittsburgh. We see they're only the 1K back into net worth. I'm so surprised that they managed to keep this game even. That was 2 buybacks still over on the side of Tiny and OD, which means if they lose another fight, it might be game over with those 2 buybacks down, because those are 2 huge cores they need to win the next fight.
I believe
They're
it was.
smoked up right now.
Oh, I thought I saw 3, but no, you're right. It was just 2.
Yeah, just on the Tiny and the OD. Yeah, so
I
they
thought
did have to
the
pay the
fight
price
was
for it,
3
but of course, the buyback formula being changed is so important.
Yeah, that is true. Now they're going to be chasing down on the Scar. Scar taking quite a lot of damage. We'll be able to blink out of here in just a second. But hanging around, ready for Mushroom to try and do his work. Mushroom's going to be able to blink away now. Jake is going to come in with Leadentoad, the Leadentoad taxi. Leadentoad's got the epicenter channeling up right now. He's got a repel on himself as well. Moj Dong is going to avoid most of that damage with his BKB, but BKB is out, so he's got to be careful. We're going to throw a second forward, but here it comes. The Fiend's Grip taking down Jaedong. And they're ready. Georgia Tech going to push up the high ground again, and I don't know. Can they hold again, Golgi?
I don't know. I mean, their support's buyback's not up, but they are going to be up very soon because they're not very high level. The 2 heroes that doesn't have
Buyback, so they're going to buy back immediately on Moj Dong. Jake is up on the high ground doing his menacing thing again. Getting away in the tower. They've got repels behind him. They've got rages behind him. And now he's going to go in aggressively with them, trying to get Punks. Punks is going to be forced back, but he has no repel, no rage for another 5 seconds. But he's still going to go in pretty aggressively. Jake trying to get some damage done. A an avalanche toss combo on the GG. Trying to get back to the tower. He's going to be fine for now. They use all the defensive skills, both the Cold Embrace and the Astral, to get G back into the base. Now Jake is free to beat away onto the barracks as much as he wants. They're going to try and get the kills. Oh, they've already lost Mushroom and Leadentoad. And they're not able to get any kills here. If they're not careful, they're going to turn this around. There goes the Sanity's Eclipse. Jake and our Omni Knight are going to have to get out of here. Scar could be in some trouble as well. Has to go through the top. If he gets chased down right now, Fleet Fox is going to find him. Fleet Fox will have nighttime in 15 seconds. That will definitely help. But Scar is out of there with the blink. So once again, they do manage to capture the melee barracks this time, though.
Yep. They get 2 buybacks again that fight. Troller diebacking and then getting the Winter Wyvern as well. That was well played, very well played by Punks, not satisfied. He played very well there, played very patiently the OD. This game has been incredibly hard for that OD, not being able to attack the Lifestealer at all, but was very patient with the ulti. I see a lot of ODs kind of blow the ulti way too early, but he really waited it out, built a lot of Arcane Orb stats, and then finally used it, which was able to turn that fight around hugely for his side. But man, Jake is unstoppable. He has not died in like the last, I don't know, 20 minutes? When's the last time he died? I can't even remember anymore.
It should show us on the net worth, right? If
Show on the graph?
yeah, if you mouse over the little ticks on the bottom.
Yeah, but there's so much to look at.
Yeah, he died roughly about 30 minutes, I'd say. At 30, so 13 minutes. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Man, really, he's died. I feel like he hasn't died since we started doing any of these stuff. But yeah, no, that guy just runs into enemies, just 1v5, because he knows he's unstoppable with the help of the Omni Knight behind them.
I will say
He
Pittsburgh
moves so
making
fast. He's actually moving max move speed.
I noticed this. He's so fast.
With no buffs, he's max move speed.
Sanjay and Yasha and the VOTs will help you.
That's it. That's all he needs to get max move speed. That's crazy. No, he got level 15 talent. He got 35 move speed. No wonder. That was a wonder. That would have been crazy.
But yeah, Pittsburgh doing a great job of using their defensive abilities and items. Between Astrals, Cold Embraces, Glimmer Capes, Force Staffs, they mitigated a lot in that fight. It could have gone a lot worse. Refresher Shard available. Who do you think this goes on? Scar's got it for now.
Looking at the double Scream as well, I guess, yeah. Or double Guardian Angel as well. Yeah, no, he's going with Omni Knight. Double Guardian Angel. Oh my god, how do you stop this? And Lifestealer, very close level 25. If you thought OD was having a bad game already, how about +2 rage duration?
Yeah, he's gonna have
rage.
Yeah, add that to the repel. Boy, oh boy.
So it's like a 7-second on the repel, 8-second on the rage, 15-second magic immunity, all a 16-second.
They're gonna fight. They're gonna get burst strike damage, but they're gonna be able to blow up the Bane immediately while they try to Fiend's Grip. Here comes the epicenter, but Fleet Fox makes it out of there. Turning around on Mojang. Mojang just gets chased down. There goes the Sonic Wave, jumping forward, burst strike through. They're gonna be able to catch OD. OD is gonna get Glimmer Cape and Force Staffed out of there. Winter Wyvern, we salute your sacrifice, but you will go down, and it looks like Punks is going to go down as well. G comes in, nice avalanche toss, buys a little bit of time. It's a blink out from OD. G gives his life up. Oh no, but Punks may not even make it out of here. Star comes in with that Yules. They're going to be able to get him. The BKB. No, Punks so close. And that's going to be a Pittsburgh calling the GG.
Wow. Complete different thing from what we saw in the last game, but that Guardian Angel on that Omni-Man was perfect. I think he caught all 5 of his teammates with that Guardian Angel, keeping the safe within it. And Lifestealer got so ahead in that game. No one was able to stop that man. And then, yeah, that OD was a non-factor that game. Like, not because the player played bad, it's because, I mean, the frontliner is always Magic Commune. What do you do as an OD?
Golgi, give me her camera. Our friends would like to see you.
I'll turn on the camera. It is. I got the nice evening light now.
Very nice.
Hey, boys.
Oh yeah, you look like you're in a beautiful sunset, Golgi. Boy.
Yeah.
So that game, yeah.
What a series! What a series! Completely different from what we saw in the game one. It just felt like we're seeing completely different teams in 2 games, right? Like Georgia struggled so heavily in the early game that in this game it just feel like they're a completely different team. They just knew what they were doing from the get-go and was able to dominate the lane. But somehow Pittsburgh stayed in the game by farming. They effectively kept the net worth even, but their draft, it was really a draft victory there. Having your mid laner who's complete non-factor even in the late game, you just can't have that.
Yeah, and then Jake just playing turbo mode, apparently, his aggressiveness, and he was super enabled from Omni Knight, so
Yeah.
Where rage, repel, and just run at him. What OD? What are you gonna do? Really? You can't avalanche me. Most of the tools that your team has. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, that was such a great draft from Georgia Tech. That Lifestealer is so much more work than I expected him to ever do. And yeah, Troller wasn't able to do much. That Fiend Grip was always there for him. I don't know if anyone else ate Fiend's Grip but the Troll Warlord. Because I mean, it makes sense. You Fiend's Grip the Troll Warlord, and you just magic immunity the Lifestealer, and then you got the 2 cores not doing anything for Silent Pittsburgh.
Yeah. The OD can't do anything, and then you don't have any way to stop the Lifestealer either. Like normally, your play there would be, lock down the Lifestealer if you can, or they had the options in a bit later with the Fiend's Grip, or not the Fiend's Grip, the Force Staffs and the Glimmer Capes, which would be using really well. But I mean, it's really hard for Winter Wyvern to get in there to use those items to save his cores.
Yeah. And speaking of Winter Wyvern, Georgia Tech did an amazing job at positioning themselves around that ulti. So now, like, I don't think I've saw one Winter Wyvern ult that led to a kill. Now that isn't because Wisp's playstyle. Wisp is an amazing support player. And just never been able to find a great time to do it, even against a Lifestealer who Winter Wyvern matches up very well against.
All right, Golgi, any departing words regarding these games or anything that you want to say to our wonderful viewers?
Super excited for playoffs. Just super excited for playoffs, and I hope you guys stick around with us. We're going to be having another cast coming up just very shortly in about 30 minutes here. That's going to be Viv. Going to be sticking around here. Going to be joined by Carlton. I know you love him. So
Carlton.
Yeah, I'm not sure what game that is, but that is
going to be Rutgers versus Lehigh.
And that is going to be our first, the 32, the best of 32.
Yeah, round of 32, correct.
Round of 32, yeah. So don't miss that. That's going to be basically the pace setter for the entire round. So it's going to be very exciting. I know I'm going to be in the chat. So yeah, you guys shouldn't miss that either.
Yep. So everyone, thank you for joining us. Who are us? Well, us are Wivrex. You can find me on Twitter at DotaBrews. That handsome, very well lit man over to my right is Tony Beh. You can find him, or Golgi App. You can find him on Twitter at JTGolgi App. We are here with CSL, and you can find CSL on Discord. If you want to join our Discord community, type !Discord in chat. We are on Twitter, twitter.com/CStarLeague, and twitter.com/Collegiate Dota. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/CStarLeague. And finally, before we go, we want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, and that is Twitch. We have nothing but gratitude for one of the largest streaming platform in gaming to support collegiate esports. From PAX East and West and many more events, CSL really wouldn't be what it is today without the help and support from them. So be on the lookout for cool opportunities to get involved with Twitch in the near future, and be sure to show them some love for their support at twitter.com/Twitch and facebook.com/Twitch. We'll see y'all in a bit.
Thanks for watching.